All right, this is the Brink and Klink History Hour with the kings and queens of history, Mr. Brink and Mrs. Klink. But don't worry, it's not an hour.
And we're back.
What? We're back for part two?
Part two.
Oh, man.
Part two.
I'll tell you what, the George Washington's got it rocking right now. He's got it.
He does.
The country's organized. You know what?
organized.
I'm feeling pretty patriotic right now.
Oh.
I am.
haven't seen that hat
can't.
yet. I'm so happy.
It's a little tight.
Is your head getting bigger?
Oh. My head could get a little bigger. I don't know, but these dreads are looking good.
Yeah. You know who also had a big head, I feel like? Probably Alexander Hamilton. Like, he was, I mean, he
has a
was
musical.
important. He
Yes.
does have a musical now about
He
himself.
does have a musical. What's
Yeah.
Hamilton's role? What's he supposed to fix?
Well, his job is he has to raise money. He's like a fundraiser, basically,
Okay.
for the federal government, and he's got to establish a line of credit. Like, he's got to be able to loan money to people and to other countries. He's got to pay back some debts.
Well, yeah.
So the problem is we got a lot of debt. A lot of debt.
We do. I mean, if George Washington told Hamilton, look, you got to solve our money issues. We have no money. How are we going to get
Yeah.
money?
Yeah. Well, we're allowed to tax now.
Yes.
So our new constitution lets us tax.
But what do we do with all that tax money?
Well, this is the problem. We got to come up with a system or a place to put it. We got to have a piggy bank to put our money
It
in.
would be a good idea to have a bank.
Yeah.
A national bank.
A national bank. So, like when you collect that tax money, you could put it in the bank. You could loan it to a country that might need help.
No. Oh, I don't have
You
my
could-
wallet with me, or I'd show you some money.
I don't have any money in my purse, so it would be no helpful.
I mean, I don't carry any George Washingtons. I'm usually more of an Andrew Jackson kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
But the thing about a bank is, what's so special about a bank is just a way to obtain money and get power. Because if you loan money out to somebody and they pay that money back to you,
They're gonna pay more
plus
interest.
So if I give her $100, she has to pay me back $120.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
the
making
serious interest rate right there.
Well, you don't. I'm gonna break your ankles.
Oh, that's right. Kneecaps. Come on, that's how you
No,
get it.
ankles.
Yeah. So he wants to create a bank, but he also says, you know what? Why don't we raise the tariff also?
What's a tariff?
A tariff is an import tax. So if like France wants to sell stuff here, they got to pay a tax.
Ooh, that would
So,
be good.
it's
Because that
great.
way I'm not getting taxed, am I?
No. And the other countries are supposed to be paying the tax. They may just
Right.
raise the price, so
Then I am getting taxed.
then we are kind of getting taxed. But it
Indirectly.
sounds good on paper.
Well, maybe I'll just buy American instead.
You could do that, except that the foreign products are still going to be cheaper.
If I raise the tariff high enough, they won't.
You're right, but that's
Yeah.
the thing, right?
You know what, this hat really hurts.
Does seem a little bit tight.
I can't.
Yeah.
Hold on. Ah.
So the tax,
Oh.
I mean, the tax is a good idea, and they can work on that. But
What?
but the big problem here is gonna be this like bank idea, because all that money coming from all the states going to the capital and being in charge, the government being in charge of it, like that's a lot of money, and money is power. And
Here we go. Remember how the king got all that money and started to abuse?
yeah,
I mean, here we are. We're right in the same boat again, because our first government we created, the Articles, said we don't want any central authority.
Nope.
Because we didn't want to be abused by them. We
Right.
don't want them to have any power.
Yeah.
And money is.
power.
So if the government gets a bunch of money by taxes,
I want money,
Oh.
lots and lots of
we're
money.
gonna be screwed all over again.
Yeah, we're gonna be right back where we started, basically.
So most arguments, almost every argument out there
Yeah.
in the history of mankind is around what?
Money.
Our government's no different.
No.
This is the birth of our political system. Like in today's politics, we have Democrats and we have Republicans.
And some
Okay.
independents out there.
Well, there's a lot of those, but the main two parties are those two.
Yeah.
Well, in 1788, when George Washington took over, everybody was happy, everybody was great, everybody got along.
Yay!
But then Hamilton
Until
comes out with his
the-
money plan, and the nation divides into two groups.
Yep.
You're either going to be known as a Federalist.
Yes, federal.
What's a federalist?
Big government. We
Yes.
love the big government. We want to be a factory nation. So we are
Yes.
going to make products. We're going to sell products. We are going to buy other stuff cheap, right? And make it into our own. So our goal, as a federalist, is we want a big government that's going to run it, that's going to make us lots of money.
You sound like northern states with lots of factories.
I do sound like northern states with lots of factories.
What about southern states?
Yeah, well, southern states, they're going to be called Democrat Republicans. That's
Right.
like both of them all in one.
Well, yeah, as our political party, because the Democrat Republicans are going to become known as Republicans later, but then they're going to switch over to Democrats, and then the Whigs and the Know Nothings, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of parties coming here. All you got to know right now is
Yeah.
that
The
we have
Southern-
Federalists,
Yeah,
are Northerners, big factories, lots of money.
yeah.
The Southerners are
Democrat Republicans that want smaller government. We want to be a nation of farmers. We want to grow products and sell those products.
they don't want to pay taxes. They don't
Yeah.
want to be bugged by the government. They want to be left alone.
Yeah.
That is their mantra. That's their
Right.
motto. So we have two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Money. So to
Money.
speak. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to get this thing started, though, you have to have so many states say yes. And none of the southern states are going to say yes to Hamilton's plan because it doesn't fit their ideology of
Right.
what they want. Ooh, that's a big word.
Ooh, that is a big
For
one.
government.
Yeah.
So
What they
Hamilton's
want.
got to make a deal.
Yep. Oh, we always got a deal.
Always deals in
Right?
Washington.
We had
There's
great
always
compromise.
deals.
We got the 3/5 compromise, and now we got another compromise in order to get a piggy bank for the government.
Right, because the southern states are not happy because the nation's capital right now is New York City.
Yeah. That's really far north.
Yeah, the capital should be like in the middle,
Yeah.
like Columbus,
Yeah. Columbus is kind of in the middle of Ohio. Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Right?
That's in the middle of Indiana.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's only natural for the capitals to be like in the middle.
yeah, right? We're compromising. We're
Right.
meeting in the middle.
So Hamilton said, "Look, he doesn't care what the capital is. What do I
No.
care?
He just wants a bank.
Capital schmapital. I just need the money."
Yeah.
So he says, "Look, I'm gonna make a deal. How about for 10 years we move the capital from New York City down to Philadelphia, where the Constitution was born, and then during those 10 years we're going to take this swampland that's on the border of Virginia, Maryland, on the Potomac River. It's going to be drained and reworked, and we'll build a brand new capital city right there.
That's pretty much in the middle.
It'll be ready around 1800,
So like 10 years.
10 years."
Okay.
Southern states said, "Done.
Yeah.
Capital's farther in the south. I'm happy.
Right, because that brings us closer to
Oh, I
us.
think I'm represented better.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's done.
Sounds good.
So we have three capitals in our history. Our nation has three capitals. You have to know those capitals in order.
Number 1,
New York City,
number 2,
Philadelphia.
and number 3.
Well, soon
We
to
don't
be
have
called
the name yet, but should we?
Washington.
Oh, spoiler alert.
It was called the District of Columbia, but then
Yeah.
later they put Washington in front of it
I wonder why.
because it's a pretty bad dude.
Oh, okay. All right. So, great. We have a deal. But the problem is, we've got 3 branches of government, checks and balances.
Oh, judicial review.
Judicial review. So our brilliant plan now has to go to the Supreme Court for them to
That's right.
approve.
You know what the Supreme Court's going to say? Excuse me, there is nothing written in the Constitution that says you're allowed to create a national bank. So therefore, that bank is illegal.
Right. That was one of those things we talked about, the limited government. There was a list, and it
yeah.
wasn't on the list. National
Can't
Bank's
do
not
it.
on
If
the
it's not- if it's
list.
not on the list, you can't do it.
All right. Well, when you need a loophole, you talk to lawyers. You got to get the lawyers involved. And I think that Hamilton, wasn't he a lawyer?
Oh, he's a pretty good lawyer.
He's a pretty good lawyer. So he finds a loophole clause in the Constitution, and it
does.
says, government has the power to legally do whatever is necessary to ensure the success and protection of the United States.
You know what's really good?
What?
You can take any kind of document,
Yeah.
anything at all.
Uh-huh.
A letter from your girlfriend,
Uh-huh.
the Bible,
Yeah.
textbook,
Textbook.
movies, stories, anything. And there's two ways to read that.
Right.
You can read it strict,
Yes.
which is word for word.
Right.
It's exactly what it said.
Right.
Jesus jumped out of the boat and walked on water.
There we go.
He did. He
He
walked
did
on
it.
water.
Walked on the water.
Or you can read loosely,
Yeah.
Which
well,
means-
reading between the lines.
in between the lines.
Hey, in language arts, we call that making an inference.
Like when I got a love letter
Yeah.
and she liked me,
Yeah.
well, did she like me?
Yeah.
Or did she really like me?
Or what if she said,
Or
like, it's not you, it's me?
am I stuck in the friend zone? I never got that letter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I never got one of those letters.
You're not one of those, it's not you, it's me?
Never.
Okay. You might wanna
Mrs. Ziffel tried to give me one yesterday.
Yeah.
I said no thanks.
No, thank you. All right.
No.
Well,
No.
you don't
We're
wanna-
going to prom this year.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Me and Mrs. Z.
Yeah. Yeah. You might want to loosely read that one too.
That's right. Read in between the lines, Mrs. Z.
All
I love you.
Right. So if you read that loophole clause word for word, there is definitely no words about National Bank. It does not
Right.
say that the
It's
government.
not allowed.
So that's yeah.
But if you go between the lines, here's Hamilton. He gets in front of the Supreme Court and he says, "Look, guys, if there's no bank, there's no money,
Right.
which means no power.
Right.
Government fails.
Right.
Therefore, the bank is legal."
Right. Because it says they can do whatever's necessary to ensure the success and protection of the country.
Right.
Success.
As long as it's legal.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do something illegal, and a bank is not illegal.
No. Because he's not stealing money from
No.
people. They're allowed to tax. You just gotta have a place to put it.
So, Supreme Court said, "You know what, Hamilton, you're correct. We're going to give you a charter for 35 years to do a bank, and then 35 years later, they got to look at the bank and renew it." But right now, the bank is legal.
Yeah.
Supreme Court reviewed it. It fits within the boundaries of the Constitution.
Stamp
So
of approval.
We have a bank, and things are good.
So we got that money thing solved, kind of.
Check off organization.
Yep. Check off the
Check
money.
off money.
2 gets are done.
We got one more get to go.
We'll talk about that next.
See you later.